Demetric Felton splitting his time between wide receiver and running back. And, you know, the question before Demetric Felton was, which do you do more of? So Demetric Felton kind of explained the split between wide receiver and running back.
In the beginning of camp, it was I'll be in the running back room for 2 days, and then the other day I'll be in the wide receivers room. But now I've been, spending a little bit more time in the wide receiver room. But, anything can switch at any given time. So I just got to stay ready.
And I guess, how do you approach that mentally? Kind of knowing one day you might be in one position. Is it taxing at all? Or are you kind of made to handle that?
Yeah, it can be a lot, but, that's what they expect out of me. And so I just got to be ready. And, that's why I was brought here. So I got to be able to be ready for it at any given time.
Yeah, he's done a really nice job, Tom. He's as advertised as a person. His coaches out there at UCLA loved him. And he loves ball. He loves to compete, whether it's at wide receiver or running back or in special teams. You get the sense that this kid really loves to play football. And like anybody, he'd love the ball in his hand, which is no shock. But the kid, he's a really, really competitive kid.
And John, those are the type of guys that find their way onto rosters in the NFL.
They're the types of guys who you find a role for. And Demetric Felton's numbers show it. His attitude shows it. And let's face it, he's not going to be getting many carries rushing the football. And if he is, the plan would be that the Browns are up by a good amount. That's nothing against Demetric Felton. It's just talking about Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. They're going to be sharing the carries for the Cleveland Browns. So it should come as no surprise that Demetric Felton is in that wide receivers room. Look, the Browns have OBJ. They have Jarvis Landry. They have Rashard Higgins and Donovan Peoples-Jones. After that, we've talked about Anthony Schwartz. We've talked about Kadero Hodge. But the Cleveland Browns can use a utility Swiss Army knife type of weapon who comes in as a rookie. Teams don't have pro tape on him. And Kevin Stefanski is Mr. Creativity. And you can sense Kevin Stefanski glowing about Felton and the organization. It is not going to surprise me. I can tell you right now, when Demetric Felton is involved in some sort of a trick play early on this season, because that's the kind of guy that he seems like he could be for the Cleveland Browns. So the fact that he's spending more time in the wide receiver room, I think that's a welcome sight. He's not going to be running the football that much when you're on a team with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, but he is someone who, we've talked about it, he racked up the catches and the receiving yards at UCLA. And the Browns thinking of him in that light shows that they were very wise taking him in the 6th round. A second straight season that the Browns have gotten a good locker room guy and a talented offensive weapon in the 6th round.